Once you've installed NetBeans, you can start it up. In the lab, you can double-click on the NetBeans icon, or you can on the desktop, or you can find it inside the Start menu by starting to type the word NetBeans. On your home computer, hopefully you know where you put the shortcut for it. When you start NetBeans, this is what it looks like. I have a bunch of projects, but you will probably have something, an empty area here. I'm going to go up to the File menu, which is just out of view here, unfortunately, and choose New Project. The default will be set to Java and Java application. I'm going to keep those defaults. And then usually I like to, for now I think it's going to be easier for me to just make one project that I use for debugging. So debugging project. And then I'll put it somewhere. Right now it's set to users vgreen document seaside projects, which seems like a good idea. So I'm just going to leave it right in there. And it's going to create a main class for me. If I click finish, it goes to work. So NetBeans sets up a whole bunch of files for itself, and so it's a lot more confusing to start with NetBeans than JEdit because of all the different files it creates, which is why we have you working in JEdit. But NetBeans has a great debugger. So for a while we're going to kind of use JEdit and NetBeans, and then some of you will eventually want to switch over to NetBeans completely. Some of you will stick with JEdit till the end of the semester, and either one is fine, but this is great for debugging. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to JEdit and Command A, Command C, Control A, Control C on Windows to copy everything. And then I'm going to go over to NetBeans and I'm going to paste underneath the package line. So I'm going to leave the package declaration the way it is, and I'm going to paste down here. We haven't really talked about what packages are, but let's just say NetBeans has needs this to be here for it to work right now. So I'm going to paste here, Command V or Control V. And then immediately I'll see an error here, and if I mouse over the error it says, hey, this is not the right project name or class name because the file is named debugging project. So the easiest thing for me to do right now is to just change it to match the file name. Okay. Now I've set myself up for debugging this thing. This is a good time to save, which you can do with Command S or Control S, or you can say File Save. They all work. And now I'm going to go ahead and debug my program to show you what it looks like. Up here is the debug button, which I just clicked. It's running Java C for me without me having to run Java C. And then it'll run my program down in the bottom. It will show me my output. What might happen, so what's happening to me right here is it looks like nothing's happening, but this is because the output window is hidden. Your tabs may be sort of different than mine, but if you can find the output window down here and click on it, you'll see your output. And it's waiting here for me to type in how many pennies. I type in 91 and hit enter, and it just does the program and then it ends. This is a problem, and so now I would like to do something to find out where the problem is. So I'm going to look to see in the code where I want to do some math. It looks like I start doing math right around line 54. So I'm going to click on line 54, and it sets this little square, which means it's a breakpoint. What this means is when the debugger gets to this line, it's going to stop right there. So now that I've set a breakpoint, I'm going to go up and click the debug button again. Debug. It switches my breakpoints tab again, which is a bit annoying. And then I switch to my output, and it's asking again how many pennies. Okay, 91. Hit enter. Now look at this. It has an arrow pointing to the line of code that it stopped on. And then even more important, on the left-hand side, there's a variables window that's showing me all the values in my variables. This is why we set breakpoints, so that we can stop for a second and look at what values are in the variables. And then I can step one line at a time to watch these variables change. So this is way easier than writing a million print line statements. In order to go one line at a time, head over to the right-hand side here where you see these blue buttons. This second one, if you mouse over it, says step over. This is what I want. So this will allow me to step one line at a time. So I'll step, and then you'll notice two things. The green pointer has moved itself to the next line of code, and over here the calc quarters variable has changed and NetBeans has bolded it for you to show you that it's changed. So this is the way that you can start debugging your program. I can then step through one line at a time and it will keep bolding the items that have changed and so forth until I can deduce what is wrong with my program. If I figure out what's wrong with my program and I just want to stop, I can go up to and hit the stop button always. If I just want to keep going now and stop, not be stepping anymore, I can hit the continue button to let my program keep going. So I'm going to hit the stop button and give you your mission, which is, why is this program not working? Please set a breakpoint, step, and determine what is wrong with the program, and share in the discussion area. You might share which line you set a breakpoint on. You might share what your deductions were, what your guess was, and how you ultimately were able to find the problem. If you can't find the problem and you're stuck, then just say where you got stuck. This is why we're all here in class together.